All the powers are yours. Flight, heat vision, super speed, super strength, freezing breath, and X-ray vision.
Well, hello. Welcome to just another rousing, super adventurous one here on OMGame Boy, a mini podcast episode here of What the Famicom. So today we're going to kick it off with the one, the only. Is that you? What the Famicom, Dan? That's not you.
It's actually I'm Clark Dant. That didn't come out. It's like in my head that sounded funnier. I was going to say Dan, aka Clark Dant.
What the Clark Dant?
What the Clarkacom?
I like that. What's a Clarkacom? Anyway,
what the Superman? What the 64acom?
It's what the Nicacom here. And we just want to honestly tell everyone at home that I don't know who this is because he's wearing glasses and a white shirt. Could be anyone.
You ready?
Oh my God, it's you. That's crazy. I had no idea that was you. You just took off your glasses for those.
It's Super Dan. There's no pun in there. Sorry.
Super Dan?
Super Dan.
That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, it just sounds like a shitty narcissist. So it's a bird. It's a plane. It's the worst game. It's the worst game of all time.
Oh, look, we said it at the same time. We didn't even prep this.
If you read the title, if you read the description to this episode, you're here because you want to hear us talk about Superman 64. The actual title is called Superman, The New Superman Adventures.
USA.
Yeah, so that actually doesn't make sense because why would you just name it Superman twice in the name? But it's collectively known as Superman 64. It's a 1999 Nintendo 64 game, heralded as the worst game of all time.
What's funny is the first time I heard it referred to as the worst game in the world, I think was PlayStation era. And people were like, Nintendo 64 is Superman 64. And I was like, I've never played it. It must be bad. And
so I remember renting it. So here's the thing. Like, it's one of those times.
This?
Yeah. It's one of those times where in the present day, at the time it came out, it was the worst game of all time. Like, not over time. People weren't like, oh, you know what? That game sucks. Like, for the time. No, like when it came out, people were shitting on it.
Okay.
So it took 2 years to make. It was shown off at the E3, 97, 98, and 99.
What? It was 3 years in the making type situation?
Guess what magazine called it a showstopper?
Game Pro.
Fucking, of course, Game Pro called it a showstopper.
Showstopper.
Somebody else said it had realistic graphics, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So hopefully you own this because we tried to play it because we're going to play it and say like, hey, is this really the worst game of all time? Because here's the truth. Ready?
Yeah.
Because Nick just called me out on it. The only reason this episode exists is because I had this idea 3 years ago and I went through the notes in my phone and I was looking at notes that we hadn't done.
And you said, I have this thing for Superman 64 that we never used. That's really why you want to do this episode.
I then said, hey, I have this artwork I made 3 years ago. And you're like, there we go. That's it.
I got to the bottom of it. I figured out your little secret. So
I know you want to talk about secrets?
Yeah. Do I have a secret you'd like to
You don't have a secret. Your uncle does.
You're the secret.
No. Okay. Well, that too. But your uncle was paying you to help clean out his like garage or something, right?
Okay. Yep. That's right.
And you were about to throw out these computer discs.
Yep, I was.
And what did he do? You literally just told me this.
All right. So I was throwing things out for him. I go and pick up something else. He's older now.
Real quick, if you want to listen about Superman 64's, fast forward like 20 more minutes.
It's only 18 minutes, the entire episode, probably.
Just
I don't even know that at the 4-minute mark.
Just delete the episode then. But anyway, continue.
And he goes, throw this out. And then he says, oh, not this. Hold on. And I said, oh, what is this? And I looked at it and it was a hard drive, another hard drive, and then like a CD and then like 4 other things. And I was like, oh, okay. You throwing these out? You keeping them? At this point, hard drives feel dated anyway.
Yeah, like you can easily just throw it out. Like, what's the point?
Nah, I don't want anyone to get those, so I'm gonna beat them up and crush them up. And I was like, oh, okay.
He said those.
Oh, yeah, those.
Okay. It's the directions to Epstein Island.
I know. Well, so there's one of two ways to look at it.
I know.
Well, it's one of two ways. Either it's like literally like some really dark, pretty scary secrets going on, and I could be implicated. I touched the bag. I moved it. If they dust it for fingerprints, what did you say they're going to find? They're going to find my name and find this podcast and hear this episode. That's what you said about something we hadn't even. Yeah, we didn't even talk about it yet. And you were already like, They're gonna find the episode. They're gonna find the podcast. They're
And
gonna
then when they
implement
find
you.
us and they're dragging me out into the streets, I'm gonna be like, just hit download. Give us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars. Download. Yep. Or it's stuff for his archery shop and like pricing on bow and arrows, and he's overly scared that someone's going to steal his information.
Okay, dude. First off, nobody gives two Superman flying fucks about his archery shop. Right?
He sold it. It's done.
Yeah. He's a sellout because he probably sold it to like some rich pervert. This is like listen, if you go on that disc, the map to Epstein Island is going to go under your dad's house.
Now
Epstein Island is under your dad's house.
Now it's my dad's house.
Yeah,
it's like my uncle just went right to my dad's house.
We need the Superman from this Nintendo 64 game to lift it up because he lifts a lot of things in this video game.
He goes through a lot of rings.
Okay, so back to Superman talk. There's a lot of things that Superman doesn't do in comic books and TV shows that he does in this game.
A lot, or just one,
or just one in particular.
It's just one thing. The other thing that caught me off guard is everyone said it's the worst game ever. I thought that was kind of mean and that people were piling on. Like one of those things, like it's like, oh, this is the worst movie ever. Like Baby Geniuses 3 or 2.
I think it's Baby Geniuses 2. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Either way, people are like, that's the worst movie ever. And I'm like, it's probably not the worst movie ever. It's probably just a bad movie, whatever.
Yeah.
No, this Superman 64 is a real piece of shit.
So can I tell you how I tried to play it? So we usually try to play these games before we get into
Where
them.
was it? At your house on S ... I'll
no, it was recently. I mean, I rented it when I was younger.
Yeah, where were you when you were younger and playing it?
I don't know, kissing 600 girls.
You were not kissing any.
Can you imagine some teenager kissing 600 girls with one hand on a 64 controller?
I can.
That should have been like their advertisement, like art.
That might be your art. You might have to get rid of your Superman
picture. This could be
picture.
You someday playing Nintendo 64. I don't remember where I was when I rented it. I know I played it when I was younger, but I went to that site that I always send you links to.
You always send me links here. You don't ever pump them up.
It's a clickable link, though. At least it's clickable this time.
It was clickable this time.
Retrogames.cc and Superman 64 was on there. You're playing it on your laptop. I actually brought it up on the browser on my Xbox.
Oh,
so I played it with my Xbox controller on my big screen TV, and I started playing it.
Yeah,
the controls were really bad. So the story is Lex Luthor kidnaps Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, and puts them in a virtual world. And he says, "Come and save the Superman." So the first thing Lex Luthor says is, "If you want to save your friends, you have to solve my maze." That's what it says.
Oh, is that what he says?
That's what he says.
I saw the graphics are really weird.
So the maze is, tell everyone what the maze is.
It's just flying around in an open area where I'm looking over here. I just walked over to it. I swam over to it. It's a swimming animation is what it is. 100% swimming.
Oh, the way he flies?
Yeah, it's swimming. Someone stole this from a swimming game. I don't know what game, but it says LexCorp on a thing. And then it's just open area with fog everywhere. You can't see. And oh, look, we're near a highway. And
there's rings. There's rings. So you fly through rings. That's Lex Luthor's maze, apparently.
I missed 4 rings in a row, and it says Lex wins.
So I missed
A to restart.
3. I think I missed 2 rings, and I would die. But you fly through these rings, and there's 14 or 15 levels. So you do a ring level. You save like a bomb from a car. That's the next part. And then the next part is you go indoors. There's a timer on every single thing you do. Yep. As Superman, you should be able to go faster than a timer. Am I wrong?
As Superman, why are you going through the friggin' rings? I don't understand. How's Lex Luthor winning with rings? Does he have stock in rings? I don't know.
Probably. He should hang out with Sonic because Sonic fucking loves rings.
You know what? I almost feel like somehow it's related.
Yeah, maybe. So you go through these rings, but I couldn't even get past. I got past the first ring part. Yeah. It's like 30 seconds or a minute. And I'm like, okay, these controls are bad. Oh, it's 2 minutes. Shit.
But it's a lot of rings.
So the next part is they say, hey, there's a bomb in a car. Pick up the car and throw it to get the bomb to not explode near people. Yeah. So they give you like 10 seconds to do that. You don't even know where the car is. Remember, this is 2 years before Grand Theft Auto 3. Think about that. Think about the world that you're looking at. Nick's playing it right now.
Oh my God, dude, I'm at the car.
So you have to pick it up and throw it.
I did.
That detonates it and saves them. So then the next part is you're always indoors, and I couldn't even get past the bomb part, to be honest.
Ooh, there's a button for punch. Hold on. But I'm punch.
Yeah, Nick's
Oh
playing
my
it
God.
right now. We should
I'm
have our own
literally
Twitch.
playing it right now.
Yeah.
I should not have my own Twitch. This is terrible. This
Uh,
is I
yeah.
want to throw up. I'm stuck
Yeah,
on the ground.
so the controls are, I think you had to reverse the controls too. It's so weird that it was getting like such huge press. I remember seeing advertisements and like people were talking like highly about it before it came out.
How could it cost money to make this game? I feel like it's just
it literally took, it's crazy that it took like 2 or 3 years to finish this.
It's crazy it took over 10 weeks.
Think about this. This came out the same year as like what? Final Fantasy, one of the Final Fantasies probably?
Oh, you're making me want to throw up. That's disgusting.
You dated your first girl when this came out.
I dated Final Fantasy. And every time it comes up, you talk about it. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Recall?
It's just kind of crazy that it's such a terrible game. Even in an era of terrible games, it's the worst.
This is honestly one of the worst games I've ever played, and I'm being kind. I'm going for the rings.
I thought I was going to be able to get through level 1 or 2, but it did not work. Yeah. So it's, and here's the worst thing too. It really only should take 3 hours to finish. So it should be a super short game.
It's 3 hours would be torture. You're going through rings that just change color, and then there's this weird swim graphic thing that if you don't go up or down, it swims up slightly.
Yep.
And then if you miss something, the camera swings with it.
Listen, the cartoon it's based off of was very successful because it was, I don't know if anyone's aware, if anyone remembers Batman the animated series from the 90s.
Yeah,
they made a Superman version of that, and this is what the game is based off.
I do recall actually
the Superman cartoon. So everyone loved the cartoon, so they said, "Hey, let's make a video game." So they made a Game Boy one, and that came out first. They tried to make the N64 one. It came out shitty. And the next one was they were making a PlayStation version of the game you're playing, and they canceled it because everyone hated this one. But it got leaked online, and it got leaked on your favorite website, DeviantArt.
Why is it my favorite?
I don't know. I mean, your second favorite site is Big Sausage Pizza, right?
That's one of my favorites. Isn't there a pizza service you wanted to sign up for as a teen?
As a teen?
Yeah, is it only delivered to women who lived alone and didn't have enough money to cover the pizza?
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
I wanted to sign up to be an employee, or I wanted to get pizza from this company that you're talking about?
Both. You don't remember?
I was the first customer. Wait, hold on. There's also so you set a new rule up earlier where apparently if you look at someone and say gulp, it could either mean that.
How is it a rule? Because we did it in text like 20 minutes ago. It's not a rule. I didn't say, Dan, there's a new rule.
Dan, there's a new rule. You can't break this. If you look at somebody,
say this.
If you say gulp, it means you're gulping.
If you say gulp, it means, see, you do this. I hope all your friends that listen to this podcast know. You turn everything into a bigger thing than it is. And I'm sick of it. I'm done with the podcast. I'm done with you.
Where are you going to go? You're recording this in a box. You're homeless. You're on the street right now.
I'm stuck in a podcast cube.
So there wasn't a lot to say about Superman 64. We played it. We tried to play it. It was bad. Nick currently was playing it right now.
I was just playing it. I even beat the second level.
Yeah.
And there's a cop car on fire. And it said, do something to the cop car. I went to it and threw it just like the last level.
Mm-hmm.
And it started blinking and said, Lex wins. And it says,
of course he won.
Hit A to restart.
So I think you fight like Superman's like famous villains, like not just Lex Luthor. Like we just couldn't get to that point. And I thought I wanted to make this like a what happened, why did it go bad? But we couldn't even play it enough and care enough. So what I did was I looked up other famous things that happened on the date that it came out. The date it came out was I looked it up. It said May 28th, 1999.
Okay.
So I have some things that happened on May 28th. Ready?
I do.
On May 28th in 2000, Livin' La Vida Loca was the first song.
So 1 year after Superman 64
was the number one
Livin' La Vida Loca.
In 1431, Joan of Arc was accused of heresy because she was wearing men's clothing.
So it was before us, but also not before you started wearing women's clothes, right?
At the same time.
Okay.
I was around in 1431.
Okay, that's fine.
I was like, what are you wearing? I was like a reporter on a red carpet. I was like, what are you wearing?
Oh, damn it, dude. I thought you had like a picture of Superman 64 just really big, his face on your screen. It's me in the reflection.
Yeah.
I was really
how meta is that?
I would have been amazing if it was Superman
another
64.
thing was the very first Watergate break-in happened on May 28th, 1972.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And Isn't that's funny? Because Deep Throat was based on your mom's nickname in high school.
Was based off of my mom. I hope she listens to this. Actually, speaking of like disguises, I got to tell you another thing that my mom does that's like an insane thing.
Okay.
So she watches The Masked Singer.
Okay,
do you watch
that's
Masked
fine.
Singer?
That's fine. I know what it is. Yeah.
Listen, nothing against people that watch The Masked Singer. Like, hey, do what you want. If you like, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But
you're not here to shame The Masked Singer, but go ahead.
I'm here to shame my mom because every time they have singers on there, she picks, like, she's like always guessing with my stepdad, and she's always guessing the most current, most popular person on the planet.
Oh, who wouldn't do it?
Who wouldn't do it? Because, like, yes. So, like, there'd be times where it'd be like a bunny rabbit, and she'd be like, I bet you that's Taylor Swift. And I always say, like, Mom, Taylor Swift's not going to fucking go on The Masked Singer. And another time she was like, I bet you that's Obama. And I think it was when Obama was president. And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Are you shaming
like
Masked Singer selections here?
Like it's just so crazy. Like whenever I would be over there and she'd be watching it, she would be like, my guess is that's Brad Pitt. And I'm like, I want to throw you out a window.
I think I figured out this podcast is really just for you to go through your past and you're just telling on everyone.
It's my therapy. Remember my therapist broke up with me years ago.
I know, and this is your therapy. So
yeah, I just thought that's like a thing that always bugs me. Where my mom like just picks the most iconic person in that moment. She's like, I bet you the lizard is Lady Gaga, and I'm like, yep, it's Lady Gaga. She's not on tour or
not doing anything.
Not doing anything. She's on The Masked Singer. Where everyone can say, oh my God, it's like they get people like Dick Van Dyke who can barely move. And she thinks they're going to pick someone that's like currently famous.
I'm rooting for someone really famous to show up in The Masked Singer next season.
How about this? What if I'm watching The Masked Singer and then she guesses someone? Yeah. And I'm watching it. Like I'm sitting next to her and I'm watching it and they take the hat off and it's my mom.
Wait, so then you look back to your left and it's what?
And it's the head of whatever head she took off.
The bunny rabbit or something?
Like it's an actual bunny rabbit head. Yeah. My mom is The Masked Singer. Mom, if you're listening to this, it's never going to be Brad Pitt. It's never going to be Lady Gaga. So fucking please stop guessing that. I'm actually really sick of it.
I'm actually rooting for her. I hope she gets all of them right.
You don't understand celebrity in the year of 2023. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Superman 64. You can play it on that website I mentioned earlier. I think you can go on DeviantArt if you want to play the PlayStation version of it. It might be just as bad, but with cutscenes.
Okay, it might be.
I'm in disguise. I'm wearing glasses, but when I take them off, I might be Super Dan.
You might be.
Yeah.
And Lex Luthor he wins. Lex wins.
Lex wins. I'm gonna get that tatted on my neck.
You're gonna see that more than you see anything else if you play this game. It's just gonna say Lex.
It really. I mean, you're not wrong. I saw that a lot. Yeah, I missed 2 rings. Lex wins. A person blows up in a car. Lex wins.
Yeah, timer ran out. Lex wins.
I hit water by accident. Lex wins.
Lex just
there's a multiplayer. We should have tried multiplayer, but we don't really care enough.
What do you do in multiplayer? Run rings together?
That's what I don't understand. Is it 2 Supermen?
Yeah, has to be.
Who knows? But yeah, I'm glad this was a small episode because we didn't have a lot to say about this, but I'm hoping the algorithm picks it up and says, hey, they're talking about the worst game of all time. Maybe people will listen.
Maybe that's exactly what we've all been waiting on.
Or maybe my mom will guess it's, I don't know, like the most famous person on the planet decided to be on Masked Singer.
I hope she starts picking out like guests who want to come on the show, and she's just picking like.
I think she's gonna get to a point.
Ninja?
I think she's gonna get to a point where she's gonna guess like relatives of mine. Like
maybe.
I think that's your aunt.
Oh, maybe it will be.
And then what if? Oh my God! What if the Masked Singer takes the hat off and it's like one of my dead relatives?
Then it's even crazier.
Oh my God!
Maybe it's a big conspiracy. I don't know.
I love it. Oh, maybe it's your uncle.
Maybe it's my uncle.
And he looks at the camera and he said, "Nick, you didn't destroy those hard drives."
Yeah, those hard drives need to be destroyed.
The Masked Singer leads to Epstein. The Masked Singer leads to Nick's uncle. Leads to Epstein Island.
That's under my dad's house.
Under your dad's house, and the only person that can lift up your dad's house is the polygon version of Superman from Superman 64 from 1999.
And if we don't do it, Lex wins.
Lex wins. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Wow.
To this supersized mini episode.
Huh.
Game over.
Game over, guys. Game over.